Well, hello everyone. So it is day 29 of the VinOChiA challenge. So I am, I was looking around last night and I found several recipes for things that had avocado in them that I really was interested in, but one just was way too much work. It's avocado brownies with an avocado frosting. It looks delicious, it sounds delicious, but it uses like for real chocolate that you melt, and I mean, it just looks wonderful, but way more labor intensive than I want to put into something in the morning, which, don't get me wrong, I cook in the morning all the time. It was too much for today. So one of the other recipes that I found that sounds absolutely amazing to me, I just don't know if it's going to taste good, but I'm going to try it anyway, and see if you guys would like to try it too. So it's called a French toast smoothie, which I absolutely, in a previous life, love French toast. So obviously I don't eat wheat, and I haven't since like 2012-ish we became gluten-free, and that was purely at the time for my kids' sake. Now I definitely prefer that, but yeah, I don't know, it's been a long time since I've had French toast that was even remotely what you would consider French toast. So anyways, I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully it tastes okay. I don't think it will be maybe bad. I just don't know if it's going to be good. So anyways, let's make this. I am actually doubling this recipe, which is odd. Again, I don't typically double recipes when I've not had them before. I typically will cut them in half. But a single recipe for this calls for 1/4 of an avocado, and I want to use half of an avocado. So I'm just going to double the recipe, although I'm not doubling everything. So one of the ingredients is maple syrup, and I'm just going to leave it at a single serving because I really don't think that I need it to be super sweet. Maybe I do, but I don't know. We'll see how this goes. And it has a really weird ingredient in it for French toast, and it says in the notes that it's essential to making this taste good. So let's give it a shot. Come on down to the counter and we'll put some food together. Let me get my computer out of the way. All right, so there's that. And my drink can be out of the way too. Okay, so ingredient number 1 is soy milk. And it quite clearly says in here that don't use coconut or almond milk because both of those flavors are too strong. You need something plain like soy milk, which I don't know. I think soy milk is kind of flavorful, to be honest with you. I don't see it as being super plain, but that's just me. But you need 2 cups to double the recipe. So I'm going to do that. Alrighty, there we go, 2 cups. The next ingredient is the 1/4 of avocado, and it specifically, she wants it frozen because it makes it creamier, it says. So, not a problem. I have frozen avocado, and I actually don't have any avocado that's thawed that's ripe, so that works out really well. It wasn't actually my goal or anything, but I don't actually know exactly how much half of an avocado is, but that probably looks about good. I don't know. That should be fine. Let's get a towel. I think I need a towel. Okay, so the next ingredient is the surprise ingredient, something I would really and truly have never thought to put in here, but it calls for nooch, which seems really strange to me. But I'm doubling the recipe, so that means I need a full tablespoon of nutritional yeast. So there we go. It's kind of crazy. 1.5 tablespoons of maple syrup. I am going to do 1.5 tablespoons of maple syrup rather than 3 tablespoons of maple syrup, because I don't think that I want to have quite that much sweet. Maybe I'll try it and change my mind, but at the moment, I don't think that it needs that. Okay. And then 1 teaspoon, it says 1 teaspoon whole of ground flax. I'm going to use 2 teaspoons whole of chia. I don't think that's going to be an issue, ground flax versus chia. Maybe in the color, I guess, that might be. But that's close to a tablespoon. Actually, maybe I'll just use a tablespoon and just call it done, because that's what I'm supposed to have for the day, for the morning at least. Let's just do that. And normally I got them out. Usually I would use the ones that are already ground, but I figured it actually specifically says to use whole, so I will use whole. It does say you could use ground or whole, but using the whole is closer to the amount that I need. So anyways, 1/2 of a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm not going to use vanilla extract. I'm going to use a little bit of the vanilla powder. In case you guys can't tell, I absolutely love this stuff. I'm going to use about 1/4 of a teaspoon probably. That should be more than sufficient. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. So I've got some ground cinnamon out as well. That's about 1/4 of a teaspoon. It does say a small grating of fresh nutmeg and a pinch of salt. Neither of those things am I going to do. So it says on here if you want to that you can blend in some ice cubes. The milk is not cold and the avocado is, but the milk is not. So I am going to put a few ice cubes in here when I go to mix it and blend it. And I'll be back with you guys to try this in just a second. The picture looks absolutely amazing. Hang on a second. Let me move my computer and I'll show you. Obviously it's dressed up. It's not something that I would have done. But see how pretty that drink looks? So yeah. I mean, it just looks fantastic. Whether it's gonna taste good or not, I don't know. But anyways, that's the drink. I'm going to go blend it and I will be back to try it with you guys. Like I said, I'm gonna put a few ice cubes in here because I want it to be cold. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay guys, so this totally looks like eggnog. It does. I don't know if you can see that, as thick as it is, and it's got looks like spices in it and stuff. It's not really spices, but it's the chia seeds. Anyways, so when I took the blender lid off with the blades on it, I scooped it and tried it, and it was not awesome. So I put the rest of the maple syrup in it like it said it should have, and now I'm going to try it for real. I haven't tried it again since then, but we'll see what this tastes like. Okay, I'm not getting French toast at all. It's good though. It's very good, actually. I can definitely taste the avocado-ish a little bit, and the nooch a little bit. I don't know. It's good. I can't taste the vanilla. Which maybe I should put a tiny little bit more in there. I don't know. I mean, I don't want it overpowering by any means. It's definitely not overly sweet, even with 3 tablespoons of the maple syrup in there. It's still not super sweet. Okay. Should you try it just for something different? Sure. Am I going to repeat it? No, I don't think so. But it's not bad, and her picture is super pretty. But I think there may be chocolate sauce on hers, which that's not in the ingredients at all. But anyways, I'm going to take with me my oatmeal that I did not eat yesterday, and there's a very small amount of the pepperoni pizza potatoes left. Connor had that for supper last night. He doesn't care for the pepperoni part of it, like at all. But he liked the rest of it, except the mushrooms. God, that child hates mushrooms. But he ate them. I mean, he eats them. He just doesn't, yeah, he complains. Well, he doesn't complain, but you know he doesn't like it. But he doesn't complain. Anyways, I had made a potato dish for my husband as well, using some hummus that he had made that was salt-free, and potatoes and some vegetables that he had already cooked. And I put the rest of the pepperoni crumbles on the top of his, and he loved it. Like, he thought the pepperoni flavor was fantastic. Which, I don't know, maybe Connor doesn't like pepperoni. I don't know. It's not something that we had a lot of in the house anyway before we became vegan, and we certainly haven't had it since then. So, I mean, let's go over 3 years now, so he hasn't had pepperoni in like over 3 years. Although maybe, my mom's taken him to Pie 5 a couple of times because he can get a gluten-free crust and vegan cheese, and so she may have let him have pepperoni there. I'm not 100% sure. I know he always wants tomatoes and jalapenos on his pizza. It wouldn't surprise me if he wanted pepperoni or some meat sauce on it, and whatever. Grandma can do what she wants with him. But anyways, yeah. that's it for me for this morning. I'm gonna go pack up and get ready to go, and I will see you guys again this evening. Alrighty guys, so I'm home from work and I totally forgot to vlog while I was downstairs, so I figured I would just do it right upstairs while I'm before I get ready for bed. So today food was interesting. So my smoothie this morning was good, but seriously filling, which was good because I totally forgot to get the pepperoni party potato leftover stuff, pizza potatoes leftover out of the refrigerator. So all I took with me was, which I should have noticed that my lunchbox was light, but whatever. All I took with me was my oatmeal, which ended up being okay because it's a lot of oatmeal at any one point in time anyway. But when I got home, I was really hungry. But before I got home, so I had apple cider vinegar at breakfast. I had the avocado with the smoothie. I had chia seeds with the smoothie. I had oats and chia seeds with the oatmeal. And that pretty much took care of everything except for the last dose of apple cider vinegar. So when I got home, I was kind of naughty and it was delicious. My husband made waffles for the kids. So I had, you know how waffles have 4 sections? I had 3. It was really good. It was quite tasty. So anyways, that's it. I actually forgot the apple cider vinegar this evening. So, it's just so silly. My husband is downstairs, and I didn't feel like yelling to ask him if he would bring it up, and I really don't feel like going back downstairs, so he's going to bring it up for me because I texted him. So, anyways. So, yeah. I was listening to, on my way home, a presentation by VegInstituteHealth.com, I think is what they're called. Anyway, it was pretty interesting. It was about ways that you can be healthier in being a vegan and how you can absorb your calcium better and how you can absorb your iron better. And one thing I didn't really... It's not that I didn't learn anything new. It was a very good recap, though. But one thing I did learn that I thought was interesting, and now that I'm wanting to tell you about it, I can't remember what it was that I learned in terms of the lemon, but she was saying that lemon, well, acidic stuff anyways, but for sure lemon, if you have lemon juice, like just slice up some lemons and put it in water and drink that with your meals, it will help you absorb and fill in the blank. I don't remember whether it was iron or whether it was calcium. I think that it was iron, though. I'm pretty sure that it was iron because I know that if you eat tomatoes with dark leafy greens, you'll absorb more iron out of the dark leafy greens. So it's probably, yeah, that's what it probably is the iron. So that would be a lot easier, is just having some lemon juice or some water with some lemons in it when you're eating whatever you're eating, and that would help you absorb more iron. So if you're iron deficient, that might be a neat little trick to think about. Or went over some of the different ways that you can increase your calcium in your diet, and she talked about the whole sprouting of beans and seeds and stuff like that, which I probably won't ever do that, but it does help you absorb more iron out of your food. And beans in particular, she was saying that she will take dried beans and put them in a pot of water and just let them sit overnight, and in the refrigerator overnight, and the next day dump the water off and then put more water on them and cook them like that, and that it will decreases the, I think she said phytates. Pretty sure that's what she said. Anyway, it makes the beans so that they are much more readily absorbable and better for you. But I thought it was interesting that she also said that she thought that the texture of them was like way, way better than canned beans, which that's probably pretty true. I don't know. Canned beans are so convenient. I'm kind of a convenient kind of girl. Try to eat as healthy as possible, but at the same time, I don't want to spend like 5 years doing it sometimes. So I don't know. But she was saying that it's not hard once you get used to it. It's not a big deal. And I was like, it's probably a good idea. But okay, so that's it for me. It was really interesting though. So anyways, yeah, tomorrow's my last day. So the day after that, when I do my finale, I'll measure around my waist, and I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure I've gained some weight, but I'm pretty sure that my clothes are thinner. I'm like a little bit thinner around the middle. Like I'm pretty sure that I've lost a couple inches. But the last time I weighed myself, which is granted it's been over a week, I had gained like 3 pounds. So I don't know. We'll talk more about that later. It'll be good. It's a good conversation to have. But all right. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a good one, and I'll talk to you later.